Gamescom, the biggest gaming convention in Europe. It's the Elsword ESL Legends Finals. We're having a great time here at the ESL Arena at Gamescom. We've just had a fantastic first semi-final. These are the top 4 players from a great big online tournament. 64 players in each of 6 different countries all competed to be here. We've seen 2 of them. It's time to welcome the 2 other semi-finalists. Please welcome Kimidori! And your opponent in this semi-final, Weinberg! Weinberg! And Kimidori in our second semi-final. Good luck to you both. Congratulations for being here at Gamescom. Please take your places. Get ready for our semi-final. And we're going to have a fantastic best of 5 semi-final. Let's go over to Joe and John, who'll break...
Well, to best their opponent, whether it's going to be Weinberg or whether it's going to be Kimidori. There's only one way to find out, as we're going to jump on into this game and see who's going to be able to start things off right. So what kind of play style are you expecting out of these guys? Just straight up fighting all the way? Because Kimidori so far kiting around quite a lot.
Yeah, she's keeping a distance so far, but now...
Yeah, the fight.
She counters, like with her first combo.
Yeah, so
wow.
So far, neither player really able to get a huge advantage in this one. A lot of countering, a lot of blocking, and managing to kind of stay even in this one, but a nice little hit there from Weinberg. But again, not really able to chain that into anything else. So we'll have to see as they continue to battle on. Kimidori doing her utmost to just keep distance at this point and make sure that she doesn't get caught out, as Weinberg is going to be chasing her on down if ever he can, but does get locked up a little bit there. But again, neither player really able to get too much damage that's really going to stick here.
So I think like Kimidori she's making more use of her range.
Yep, certainly is. And both of these players kind of, it feels like a little bit nervous to make the first real move, to really commit to a certain play. Kind of struggling. Oh, I've just been told that apparently the player's name is Weinberg, not Weinberg, so apologies, Weinberg. But looks like the fight is well and truly underway here, as Weinberg gonna fully power up and starting to get some serious damage down onto Kimidori, who's starting to feel the brunt of that sword, but does manage to escape from the combo, so not going to be locked down completely. Okay, well, we've got Weinberg has managed to get back on top of his opponent, and Kimidori really starting to feel the wrath right now, as he's getting close to just a third of her HP, and you know, still kiting around, still going with this same playstyle, but it's not really been working out so far. But as I say, that does manage to start to finally get some damage down, actually do some work onto Weinberg, and gets a good chunk of damage down, but it's really not kind of changed the pace of the game just yet.
He missed his skill just now. And yeah, Kimidori's like keeping a distance, and she's doing a pretty good job, like hit and run game. So this game feels a lot longer than the games we saw before, right?
Yeah, I think Kimidori is doing a better job of playing this kind of kite game, just, you know, as you're saying, hit and run, kind of tag them and then back away again. And again, we're going to see another combo coming out from Kimidori, and that exact same thing that we just talked about. Go in, get a few hits, and then back away again.
She's starting her combos like with her range attacks, like she hits her range attacks and can start her combos off. And I think, yeah. This game is like all combo based, so it's super important to get the first hit, you know, and then
Well,
so if you're stuck in a combo like this, the only way to get out is by getting knocked down. And
well, here we go. Weinberg is looking to try and end things if he can here, but he's on the receiving end of a pretty significant combo coming out from Kimidori. But I don't know if she's going to be able to really pull herself back in when she's on such little HP, but she's doing a good job to try and actually starting to even things up. What a sick little combo in the corner there, keeping him down. Starting to really layer in the damage. Weinberg is now actually below half HP. This is very doable for Kimidori. Both players well and truly powered up at this stage. Kimidori trying to land more of those shots, but Weinberg has finally found his opponent once more, gets another couple of hits, and Kimidori in a similar position to what we saw Zayana in the last series, just on a sliver of HP, trying to just get hits and run, trying to just do anything to poke damage at the opponent, but just a couple more hits from Weinberg will be enough to finish this series, or finish the game at least, and take 1-0 in this series. But Kimidori doing her very best to just play cat and mouse here and escape for as long as possible.
She only has like a slither of health left, but she got Weinberg like in the corner.
Oh no, dropped her combo though. Kimidori really had that then.
She's really doing her best right now. Like, yeah, she's doing so good.
To be honest, she's doing an awesome job of just staying in the game at this point. A single hit, a stiff breeze at this point will finish her off. But Weinberg just can't quite find that final hit. Nearly got it just there, but she's got him into a combo. If she can just lock him down for a little bit longer, she will be able to turn this one on its head. Kimidori has actually healed a tiny little bit here, and is going to get a bit of a power up. Continues the combo, has to back away. But look at the HP points right now. It's so close.
As you can see, she's like regaining like HP back, right?
Yeah.
So they're like same HP range, but Kimidori, she's gathering also like regenerating MP faster, like a mana gauge is like getting high. So right now I'd say like Kimidori has an advantage.
Yeah, and that's not something we were expecting, to be quite honest, considering how early Weinberg was able to kind of mash her HP bar down. She's done a stellar job to just pull herself back into this game, and she's now a full-on contender, and actually I would say a favorite. She's looking to try and finish him off. Don't know if she's quite going to be able to land the hits though. Whoever can basically combo first will probably take this one.
She didn't, I mean, like she missed her special move a little bit, I think.
I don't think it matters though. Yeah, she's managed to lock a huge advantage to start things off, and Kimidori just completely flipped it on his head. Let's see if we'll have a different result in this next map. And here we go. It's going to be Kimidori.
So this map has like more platforms, right? So I don't know if you'll see like it will be like even harder for Weinberg to catch up.
Might well be the case, but Kimidori starting things off just right as she starts to really attack Weinberg down, and you know, not going to be massive in the grand scheme of the game, but definitely a good start. And after winning that first game, managing to get a good start to the game as well, that's really going to affect the mentality of Weinberg coming in here, and you know, already about a fifth of his HP gone.
So I think like after the first match, both players know how the other player plays, right? Like a warm-up game, so...
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. That first match...
So it seems like Kimidori isn't afraid. I mean, like, not afraid anymore, but she's not using, like, the hit-and-run tactic like before, and she knows what she's capable of, like, at this point, and then...
Do you think maybe it's a matter of kind of... Oh, here we go. Weinberg actually managing to get a few hits. A nice little reversal, though. Kimidori getting back into the fight, denying that combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was saying before, do you think that maybe that first game, Kimidori playing so defensively and so passively, was perhaps a matter of kind of land jitters, being a little bit nervous on stage, and now that she's got that win under her belt, she's going to be much more confident?
Might be.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But this one's an incredibly even fight so far. And we've got both players already taken a chunk of damage off their HP, but nothing too crazy at this stage. Neither player seems to be able to lock down their opponent fully. You know, as you mentioned, this game is all about those combos. If you can manage to get a full lockdown, that's going to be where the real damage comes in. And Kimidori kind of proving that point as she gets another chunk off of Weinberg's health bar.
So Weinberg, he really has like, you know, like trouble to get close to her. Oh, in my...
Well,
as I said like that, he hit his combo, so...
They cast a curse right there the second you say it. They do manage to break the trend, but... And that's gonna... The thing is, it feels like Weinberg's combos do a lot more damage, but they're harder to achieve, right? Whereas Kimidori, she keeps on getting these combos off, but they're smaller combos. They do less damage. It's all about being able to consistently land those combos. And as you rightly said, that hit and run strategy, being able to go in, land a small combo, and then back away once more. But Weinberg now below 50% of his HP, and Kimidori going to back away once more. Jump straight back into the fight, though. And I like how she always starts the combo with the 3 down arrows, just to kind of get him to flinch and then turn it into more. But again, we're starting to see the big numbers really coming out from Weinberg, and we just saw him hit almost 12,000 onto Kimidori, and the biggest numbers we're really seeing out of Kimidori are maybe 4,000 tops.
So, and as you can see, like in the game before, like in the first game, she's like using her like mana very well. Like she's restoring her mana pretty fast because of her hour she uses, and makes use of her special moves.
Yeah. Well, she's doing a fantastic job, and you know, regaining that mana is definitely going to be a big deal in this series, or at least the health bars would say so. But Weinberg has managed to lock her down, finally managed to get on top of her. She will escape, but again, evening things up. And this is actually an incredibly close game between these two players. Weinberg is still incredibly low, but Kimidori not too far ahead at this stage. Either player could still take this if they can just lock down their opponent, but Kimidori doing such a good job to just kite around and not let Weinberg anywhere near. Let's have a look from Weinberg's perspective for a little while here. See if he can catch up, but actually this... I thought that could have been a game-ending combo if she could have just kept it up a little bit longer. Weinberg, you know, he's starting to get to that position that we were talking about for so long last game for Kimidori, where, you know, you kind of have to avoid the fights almost. You have to wait for the perfect opportunity to be able to fight. And when you're playing on this melee class, that's really not a good situation to be in.
Yeah. And also, like, I thought, like, Weinberg, like, he would have, you know, used some ranged attacks, but I think...
Oh, look at this damage coming on through. 16,000 off of that hit. Look at the damage. Kimidori going from a third of her HP to almost nothing in just the blink of an eye. And now it's down to who can land that final hit. If you can just get onto Kimidori for a second more, Weinberg will be able to finish things off. But he's not on that much HP himself. He needs to be careful how much he pushes for this. We know in just about every esport, if you kind of go too aggressive for something, it's easy to be able to be punished.
Also, like, Kimidori's mana gauge is like so high up. She's using her first special move, and I think the special moves, they'll take out a whole lot of HP from each other, so...
Yeah, they certainly do. And again, Weinberg incredibly low, but Kimidori struggling to actually finish off her opponent. And it's a different story for Weinberg. If he can just land a couple more hits, he will actually be able to finish her off fairly easily. But the issue is, they can't quite seem to find their targets, can't quite seem to be able to land these skills. It's very difficult in such a mobile game where you're trying to just land these shots, but they're just darting around the entire arena. But here we go. Oh, combo landed. Weinberg's in trouble right now. Kimidori looking to finish things off, and will be able to do so. Weinberg, brink of death, and that's got to, you know, that 4-letter word comes into play a little bit. That TILT. You know, when you get someone that low twice, that's got to get to you, like, emotionally. You got to get a little bit mad about that.
But I think the second game was more balanced, though, because I mean, like compared to the first game where he did a lot of damage, like you know, like in the first part of the game, like in the first half of the game, and then Kimidori, you know, like reversed it and came back. But the second game was like more balanced, like. So I think like overall he still did a better job, like in the second game, like kiting those range attacks. Kimidori, she uses range attacks really well, like.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's one thing. Maybe we're going to see. I was going to say we could see a fairly one-sided game from Kimidori. I mean, like, the storyline of this series so far is Weinberg's ahead for the entire game, then Kimidori somehow comes back. Then the second game, it was kind of neck and neck the entire time. And I was going to say there's potential that Kimidori just kind of sweeps this third game. That would be the logical progression, and so far she's doing a fantastic job on this map to really take a lead. Weinberg is not going to be done just yet and is going to be able to land some damage, but again, just really struggling to actually stick onto his target and land those consistent combos, land those consistent hits one after another.
I mean, like, with each game, the player play against each other, they know more of the play style of each other, so they can react to that, right? So I think, like, Weinberg did a better job, like, in kiting, like in the second game and right now, and also, like, Kimidori, she isn't afraid of like Weinberg anymore, I think.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. She's kind of built up that confidence. And she's ready to really get kind of gritty with it. But Weinberg did manage to get a pretty good chunk of damage down onto Kimidori in that little fight there.
And now it feels like more like actually Weinberg is like playing the hit and run game, you know, like.
Yeah, it feels like he's the nervous one right now. He's the one that's kind of skittish and running around trying to avoid everything, but gets a few hits once more. Again, just struggling to really land.
But his damage is so huge.
I know.
So
this is the thing. We keep talking about how he's struggling to land these combos, how he's struggling to chain abilities together, but when your abilities hit for like 15,000 damage, you don't need to chain that many to get a massive hit onto the enemy health bar. Kimidori down to less than half. If Weinberg can just land a few more hits, he would be able to keep himself in this series. Let's remember this is a best of 5 right now. Kimidori's 2-0 up, so she is one map away from moving into our grand finals. And Weinberg has finally found an opportunity to get some hits on in, but again, she just escapes and continues to kite him around the map.
Oh yeah, he has like his power back on, like where he deals tons of damage, you know, if he hits, but Kimidori, she counters, so she is countering his move already, so he could make use of his power, like, to his fullest potential, I guess.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that was kind of an issue for him last game as well. He kept on using his power, but not actually able to do anything with it. And again, Kimidori finding Weinberg locked down in a corner, but Weinberg, again, kind of powering himself up and just having to kite while it's available. Doesn't really have an opportunity to land any shots, land any major damage. But again, I mean, this is a very close game still.
And I think like both players, I mean, aren't too much afraid of like losing health. Like as we could see like before, and even though you have like a small amount of HP left, you can still like turn the game, because Weinberg, he knows he has like the damage, and he only needs to hit like one good combo, and then he can turn the game.
Yeah, but it's landing that one big combo that seems to be the issue right now, because Kimidori has managed to find her target once more, and she is laying straight on into Weinberg. That's one more combo landed. All she needs to do is just finish off her opponent, and she will take this semi-final 3-0. But Weinberg, he's still hanging on to life, and he wants to make a change. He wants to change that result, but I don't know if that's going to happen right now, because she's comboing, and it looks like she has finished off her opponent. Ladies and gentlemen,